Alrighty, welcome, Grenada, Carrico, Pidimonic, and the rest of the world. I'd like to welcome you to another Mikey Life program, people. This is where it all happens. We're talking about the good, the bad, and the Mikey. There are things you have not heard about for the day. And of course, we're going to be telling you about it right here on the program. For the people who are tuned in on Facebook, we want to say thank you for so doing and welcome to the program. For the people who are on YouTube, big up your whole self. And for the people who are tuned in on WPG10, we are talking about channels 10 and 11 on cable. I want to say thank you for joining us, people. Now, I hope that everything is okay with you. You know, we were affected by a little tropical wave today, so it's still a bit breezy and overcast. We had some rain this morning, boy. You know, when it rains these days, we like it because it's been hot. But we need to cool things down a bit. Of course, so we want to be very grateful and thankful to the Almighty for giving us the showers of blessings. Folks, let's talk about what's in the headline for tonight. Oil spill at Granite Tang. Soca Prelims kicks off tonight. Well, it's already started. GTA and the partners complete major cleanup of the St. George's Market. And for the people wondering what's going on with their water, we're going to tell you about that. There's a service interruption notice from Nawasa and Aussie to spend the next 25 years and 5 months in prison. And children's essay contest, family mayhem in Guyana, and man killed in gun attack as Barbados records its 31st homicide for 2019. We're going to be telling you about that and more on tonight's program, people. The headlines is brought to you through the kind compliments of WPG10 people. You know what I mean? So earlier we're taking a break and see when we come back is real news in all the lolo. We want to as well encourage you to share the program. Some of all you on Facebook, all the cutting style these days, we all get comfortable. So all they don't want to share the program, and if all they don't share the program, then things could go really bad for us. It's sharing the program that keeps it alive. We're not asking for much, just share the business. So folks, we are coming back in a moment.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Grenada Coalition of Service presents its annual Services Expo from the 18th to the 19th of July at the Grenada Trade Center. Doors open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Come and be visible, network with businesses and people, form meaningful partnerships, enjoy quality entertainment during the day and afternoon from Matthias and the band, Kung Fu, Ezra and Staffen, and much more. Come, eat, drink, be entertained, and network your business. Services Expo 2019, the 18th to the 19th of July, where your potential is our passion. This event is sponsored by Caribbean Export Development Agency, Ministry of Trade and Cooperatives, Grenada Trade Center, and GBN.
The people say that is the best fete in the carnival. None of them holding secret for me. None of them. The St. Andrews Development Organization, in collaboration with Mr. Elimas Gilbert, say Specky Show 2019 will be a movie. You must wear it. Some man love the rum more than the woman. From Trinidad and Tobago, the Calypsonian who empower women, singing Sandra.
The way you cock up like a bloody acrobat. The wife at home they can't, she can do that.
From St. Vincent, former soca monarch Calypso and road match king Posa. And top Grenadian artists. Stay tuned for more info. For vending, call 404-8131. Becky Show, August 4th, St. Andrews Rainbow City Festival weekend. The color is red.
The third annual Caribbean Comedy Show. Saturday, August 17th at Spice Basket. Stay locked for more.
I own a glass. You see what I've done with it? You want to swear it razor grass. Look, I am a very very serious man.
25 entertainers, one stage, one mass.
Yeah, just think like that. Call it a triple threat.
Saturday, 6th July, Lavaman presents I Am Mass.
I don't live in my audio.
Featuring some of the region's top ministers of mass. Kerwin Dubois,
We conduct stink. We don't really care what you think.
Baba FM,
Jump up, everybody jump up, jump.
Iowa George,
Come in front for your blessings. Come in front for your blessings.
and Moto.
See the party there, the party bono.
Welcomed by a full cast of our Grenadian mass ambassadors. In Grenada, mass means more. The posse stand of the National Stadium will come alive for the first ever ultimate mass experience. And after the Rhythm Section Breakfast Fete, it's mass we playing.
We are run for we to mash up. Run for we to drink up.
Advance tickets cost $60 regular, Skybox $300, or pay more at the door. Tickets available at gotofet.com or your regular box offices. Gates open at 11 p.m. It's the ultimate mass experience. Saturday, 6th July. We are mass. You are mass. I am mass.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%. A 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
All right, folks, welcome back. And of course, we want to let you know about the I Am Mass show. It's going down this weekend. It's happening on Saturday. And of course, folks, you have to be part of it, all right? Everyone is talking about this already, yeah? So I may just feel very nice. And in fact, I'll give away 2 tickets later on for the show, the I Am Mass. All right, yeah, I'll do that. That's featuring Lavaman and all the big stars in concert at the posse stand at the National Stadium. Folks, today there was an accident in the Granitan area. What exactly caused the accident, we're not sure, but of course you can see on your picture, on the picture on your screen, it wasn't that bad of an accident, right? So of course we have to say thank God. You know, nobody was hurt to the extent that it threatened their life. Yeah, so thank God for that as well. Just following this accident, we received a notice from the police. I don't know whether or not it was related, but they were advising us of an oil spill in the Granitan area. So of course we want to tell you about that as well. The traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, they are advising the general public and in particular motorists that Granitan Main Road through to Budge Grove Road is affected by an oil spill, and so all concerned, please be guided accordingly. All right, good. All your soca artists and them currently on stage, boy, yes, they are performing in the first night of judging in the preliminary round of soca. Of course, all in their bid to be on the big stage, Soca Monarch Night at the stadium. We have 116 artists performing, and tonight I think we're going to have about 31. Ice Chris was the one who broke the internet starting off the show, people. Well, you know, that was epic. He and his Michael Jackson style white glove performing first. All right, so that kicked off judging. Judging will go until Sunday. All right, and all the activities will be taking place at Carnival City. It's one centralized location, Carnival City. That is Tantine Netball Court, St. George, and the admission $10. There's also going to be Pan Expression that would happen on Sunday. Immediately following the Pan Expression would be the final preliminary round of judging. As well, we have the St. Andrew Carnival Committee. They up there, I think it's Sedu. They are having their carnival launch as well, happening this Sunday. In addition, the folks out there in St. John, Grove in particular, will also be having their carnival launch on Sunday at the pool wall. And in St. Andrew, it will be at the car park. So there are a lot of activities happening this weekend, and that is meaning now that Carnival has officially started. If you're not in Grenada, well, you'll be missing out on a whole lot. But here's what, don't worry, we'll still have the live at some of these events to serve you, the diaspora people, and for people who are not able to make it for one reason or the next. We will be able to get that live to you, all right, guys? Yeah, boy. So we are moving on. I ain't plan to stay long. I think I want to go down Carnival City. You know what I mean? Yeah, Grenada today joined the rest of the region in observing CARICOM Day, July 4th. Now, it comes with the understanding that CARICOM is a spirited movement focusing on the development of its many member states. Now, CARICOM Day is synonymous with the historic signing of the 4th of July 1973 of the Treaty of Chaguaramas, which created the synergy to advance development in the region. It was the nucleus for a new economic bloc and an avenue for member states to collaboratively speak with one voice and rally for a common cause. The treaty was signed originally July 4th, 1973 by four of the Caribbean's leaders: Errol Barrow, Prime Minister of Barbados; Forbes Burnham, Prime Minister of Guyana; Eric Williams, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago; and Michael Manley, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The signing was seen as laying the groundwork for a community for all. Alright, so we are moving on. So happy CARICOM Day, alright? You know, other people will celebrate this and celebrate that. We must find reasons to celebrate just the same. You guys agree? Good. We are moving on. Now, here's the next thing that we want to tell you about, boy. Look at some youngsters on the program right now. Big up the youngsters. You must know one of them. Now, the Grenada Tourism Authority and a number of partners collaborated, and they completed a major cleanup of the St. George's Spice and Craft Market on Sunday, June 30th. Now, more than 8 jumbo bags of garbage. 8 jumbo bags of garbage were collected by cadets attached to the St. George's Zone C Cadet Corps. The Royal Grenada Police Force, Fire Department were also on hand to power wash the drains at the market. 8 bags of garbage in the market, you know, people. You understand what I'm saying? This is garbage, rubbish that's been thrown there by someone or some people. Now, other collaborating partners included the St. George's Market Square Management and staff, the Ministry of Infrastructural Development, George F. Huggins and Company Grenada Limited, the National Taxi Association, the NTA, and the management of the St. George's Bus Terminal, who contributed garbage bags and grabbers. Now, the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority coordinated collection and the weighing of the bags as at the Perseverance landfill. Now, the CEO of the GTA, Patricia Ma, she was present for the activity, and they said that she interacted with the young men and women of the Cadet Corps who assisted with the cleaning up. And she said, thank you for your hard work. We want to continue to keep Grenada, Carrick, and Pity Martinique pure because you are the future of this nation. You understand? So, Olia, thank you for those of you who went out and you all did the cleaning and stuff like that. They are on your screen right now. Olia, big them up, big them up, big them up. And if we miss out anybody, you know, we want to say sorry. You know what I mean? We didn't mean anything like that. But look at that. You know what I mean? Beautiful, beautiful sight. Yeah? Some people, they just only stay on the program and criticize, but they don't go come out and do them kind of business day. So all feel good about what y'all did. You know what I mean? Grenada's under-19 cricket team loses out on the Windward's championship. Now, they were defeated by St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the final yesterday by 4 wickets. Now, according to reports, Grenada scored 188 all out. Eh? They say Shandell and Regis made 39. St. Vincent and the Grenadines was successful in challenging the total on 190 for 6. Dominica was 3rd and St. Lucia was 4th. Earlier, the National Water and Sewerage Authority, NAWASA, advises customers served by the Concord water system that due to system challenges resulting from the heavy rains, you will experience an interruption in your supply. That started as of 1 o'clock today, July 4th. Now, Concord in the parish of St. John through to the entire town of St. George and extending to River Road in the parish of St. George, you guys have experienced interruption. Now, according to NAWASA, a timeline for restoration cannot be provided at this time, and other systems may be added to the list without prior notice. Now, consumers, you are therefore encouraged when you have the opportunity to collect and store water in clean covered containers whenever you see a lot of water, rain and stuff like that, just in case. Now, the National Water and Sewerage Authority reminds the general public that with the heavy and consistent rains being experienced, now is the best time to collect and store a minimum 3-day supply of water. They say heavy and consistent rainfall make their systems susceptible to turbidity and blockages. Now, if you have no storage, then start storing right now. 35 gallons of water per person per day. You should try to have at least a week's supply of water available for use in your home. Now, if you have some storage, ensure that replenish that supply right now. Now, the authorities say that they apologize for any inconveniences caused and would like to thank you, their customers, for your patience as they work towards the delivery of a safe, adequate, and reliable water supply. That's NAWASA. All right, folks, just before coming on the program, boy, we monitored a news article from Now Grenada that we'd like to share with you. Big up Colin and everybody on the business. Aldin, Ozzy, Philip, we've been telling you about this, and the sentencing was due. So, according to them, Philip was sentenced to 25 years and 5 months in prison. Also given a sentence of 9 years and 5 months, which is expected to run currently. Guilty verdict handed down by a 9-jury member on both counts. Having served 2 10-year sentences in connection with robbery with violence, Aldin Ozzy Philip was sentenced to 25 years and 5 months in prison after being convicted of the armed robbery of St. George's businessman Mahendra Patel on the 22nd of December 2015. Now, the robbery, which took place at his home in Belmont, St. George, saw the robbers make away with over $15,000 cash, 3 cellular phones valued at $1,148.10, and a coin box containing $160. For being in possession of an illegal firearm in connection to the same incident, Philip was also given a sentence of 9 years and 5 months, which is expected to run concurrently with the 25 years and 5 month sentence. When sentences run concurrently, defendants serve all the sentences at the same time. Now, the judgment was handed down by Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Friday, 28th June. Now, the accused was jointly charged along with co-accused Daniel Bonaparte and Isa Charles, despite Philip being named as the mastermind orchestrating these crimes. Now, unlike his co-accused who pleaded guilty to joint charges of 1-count robbery with violence and 1-count possession of an illegal firearm, and earlier during the year were given 15 years prison term. Philip, who was behind a string of robberies occurring on the island during November 2015 and January 2016, pleaded not guilty, resulting in him being put on trial. After 4 years, a guilty verdict was handed down by a 9-member jury on both counts in a split 7-2 verdict on 5th June. Now, Sylvan Thomas was also apprehended by police in connection with the Patel family robbery, but managed to cut a deal with the officer of the Director of Public Prosecution, the DPP, to testify against Philip as a key witness. Now, since Philip's arrest in December 2015, he has been on remand at Her Majesty's prisons, possibly facing a maximum penalty of 30 years imprisonment. But due to time spent on remand awaiting his sentence, he was credited for time already served. Following the delivery of the guilty verdict, the Now Grenada understands, they say, that Attorney Anselm Clouden is prepared to appeal the sentence after expressing dissatisfaction that his client did not receive a fair trial. All right, good. How are we looking for time, folks? Can we move on? We're going. All right, audio. Yes, boy, I got this one here. A correspondence from the GTA, boy, you know what I mean? So let's share that one with you as well. Now, the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association Foundation is once again inviting entries for its annual children's essay contest. This year's theme is many cruise passengers using cruising as a way of to sample different destinations. What impression does my country leave on these passengers, and how does it or should it attract them back as stay-over guests? Now, the essay contest will be conducted in 2 age categories. Junior division, children ages 12 and under. Contestants may not have passed his or her 13th birthday by September 26, 2019. Senior division, children ages 13 to 16 years, and contestants may not have passed his or her 17th birthday by September 26, 2019. Each student must submit 1 essay written in English 500 words in length. For more information, you can contact the GTA at 440-2001. Good. We're moving on, folks. We have things to tell you about. Now, here's what. Mayhem, family mayhem in Guyana. A young man, they say has some kind of mental problem. Chopped a young mother of 3 who would have later died. Her 8-year-old baby and her sister, all brutally chopped by that one man who happens to also be their brother. We're going to tell you more about that in a moment. Barbados reaches 31 in terms of homicides for the year 2019. We have more to tell you about, but here's what. We're going to take a break and return with these stories for you.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
The 3rd Annual Caribbean Comedy Show. Saturday, August 17th at Spice Basket. Stay locked for more.
You see what I've done with it? You want to swear it, razor grass? Look, I am a very, very serious man.
25 entertainers, one stage, one mass.
Yeah, just think like vacant. Call it a triple flagrant.
Saturday, 6th July, Lavaman presents I Am Mass.
I don't live in my audio.
Featuring some of the region's top ministers of mass. Cohen Dubois.
We conduct stink. We don't really care what you think.
Baba FM.
Jump up, everybody jump up, jump.
Iowa George.
Come in front for your blessings. Come in front for your blessings.
And Moto.
You see the party there, the party bonus.
Welcomed by a full cast of our Grenadian mass ambassadors. In Grenada, mass means more. The posse stand of the National Stadium will come alive for the first ever ultimate mass experience. And after the rhythm section breakfast fete, it's mass we playing.
We are run for we to mash up, run for we to drink up.
Advance tickets cost $60 regular, Skybox $300, or pay more at the door. Tickets available at GoToFet.com or your regular box offices. Gates open at 11 p.m. It's the ultimate mass experience. Saturday, 6th July. We are mass. You are mass. I am mass.
Carrie can't seem to catch a wink and is craving a catnap. Meanwhile, Mary marvels at the majesty of her Monday morning, masterfully making multiple meals for many miners, mindfully making the most of every moment, making ready to move mountains, and mustering the masses to march out the door on time. Concurrently, Carrie clumsily corrals the kids to carry on to class, as Mary muses on memories of purchasing her marvelous mattress. Your best day starts tonight with a Sleep On It mattress from Quartz.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Yes, so we're back with you, boy. Alright? Olia, how are we looking for time? Olia, this man in Guyana, boy, inflicts some serious blows on his own family. And unfortunately, one of them died. Cutlass and thing, a young mother of 3 died today after she, her 8-month-old baby, and her sister were brutally chopped by their own brother in Guyana. I ain't telling you about no funny name place. Right here at home, Guyana. When I say home, I mean in our neck of the woods.
25-year-old Cynthia Kosher was chopped to the head and other parts of the body. Cynthia had her 8-month-old baby in her hand at the time, and the baby, along with her 40-year-old sister, Beverly France, was also brutally chopped. The incident occurred at around 13 hours at Mariaba, a community in the Warimuri village in Moruca, Region 1, on Wednesday. Police headquarters in a statement Thursday said that Cynthia succumbed to her injuries at the Saudi hospital on the Essequibo coast at around 6 hours 30, while her 8-month-old son Kevin Sadine and sister Beverly remain in a stable condition at the hospital. The suspect has been identified as 28-year-old Randy Kosher. Police said he is reportedly mentally ill and remains in hiding. Meanwhile, Alonzo Cornelius, the father-in-law of Cynthia, told the newsroom that Randy became angry after the sisters intervened when he was hitting a child in the head. It was then he picked up the cutlass and wreaked havoc. The police reported that Randy ran away after the incident. The newsroom understands that a manhunt by the police and community members was launched, but has been unsuccessful so far. Cynthia's body is at the Saudi morgue awaiting a post-mortem examination. Reporting for a newsroom, it's Nella Patwo.
Thank you very much, all right? And folks, it's raining. I'm not sure if you're able to hear it, but oh, it's beautiful rain happening on the outside right now. Okay, so folks, let's just take a trip to Barbados. And what we can tell is, boy, murders, 31 so far. Yeah, 31 for the year. As one of 2 young men who was shot in a gun attack died. You understand? Now, it's a whole rigmarole, you know. You understand? But as we're running out of time, I can only tell you as much that this young man would have succumbed to gunshot wounds. All right, folks. All we have for you right now, as I see time is running out, we have to tell you about what's in the national report. So, folks, let's go right over to that. It is now time for the national report.
CARICOM's Climate Recovery Resilient Facility received the endorsement of UN Secretary General. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Thursday, July 4th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has commended the leaders of CARICOM for their bold vision to make the Caribbean the world's first climate resilient zone. Mr. Guterres, who addressed the opening of the 40th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government in St. Lucia on Wednesday, endorsed the creation of a Caribbean Climate Recovery Resilient Facility, which he says should be fully supported.
When fully functional, this facility will provide a regionally indigenous mechanism for sourcing talent, experience and financial solutions to support CARICOM members to build resilient communities and nations.
With respect to a new model of economic development, Mr. Guterres noted that island nations in the Caribbean are fast becoming influential test beds for innovative climate action, such as investing in decentralized renewable energy. On the subject of climate change, the UN Secretary General called for collective advocacy to ensure that global temperature rise does not go beyond 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels.
Years of hard-won development gains were destroyed in Barbuda and Dominica in only a couple of days. And this was not the first time that the Caribbean has faced such devastation and loss, and the immense challenge of rebuilding while safeguarding development achievements. Hurricanes Ivan and Thomas, and the many others that came before Irma and Maria, are still etched in the memories of Caribbean people.
Continuing with news from the recent heads of government meeting, incoming CARICOM chairman, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastney, is calling on his CARICOM colleagues to regain the momentum for the regional integration process if they are to win back the confidence of the Caribbean people that something life-changing will result from their meetings. Addressing the 40th regular meeting of CARICOM heads in St. Lucia on Wednesday, Mr. Chastney said there is need to reflect on the relevance of CARICOM at this time. He's concerned that they are losing competitiveness to other regions due to the high cost and inefficiency of their governance, and because they are not maximizing the opportunities in areas such as the creative industries, sports, tourism, natural resources, and the blue economy.
Let us not put off for tomorrow what we must do today. How much longer must we ponder the need for a stronger regional security force? Do we really expect criminals to respect our individual sovereignty? We already took steps to have a regional court. Let's finish the job. How many more studies do we need to confirm the justification for regional health care? The lack of an effective regional transportation policy is crippling our economies. The impact of de-risking and the withdrawal of international banks have created the urgent need for greater integration of our central banks and continued harmonization of our financial regulations.
This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
Get ready for a long, hot summer and the event you really don't want to miss. The 11th Annual Grenadian Heritage Day, Saturday, 6th of July, at the Old Lyonian Sports and Social Club, Pinnerview, Harrow, Middlesex, HA1 4QF, from 1 in the afternoon till 7:30 in the evening. Hosted by the Grenada High Commission and Grenadian community groups, featuring the best Grenadian, Caribbean, and international cuisine, fresh Grenadian produce, and a wide range of stalls and attractions. Live entertainment features steel band, drumming, dancing, carnival costume parade, and music by London's top DJs. And for the young ones, bouncy castles, slides, face painting, and more. Win a pair of return tickets to Grenada, courtesy of Grenada Tourism Authority and British Airways, in the grand raffle draw, and many more prizes. The event for everyone, Grenadian Heritage Day, when the spirit and warmth of the Caribbean comes to the UK.
Welcome back. Consultations continue as Grenada formulates its country program document for submission to the United Nations and the European Union for a 3-year project to eliminate gender-based violence. The Spotlight Initiative is a global multi-year partnership to eliminate all forms of violence by 2030. The consulting team is currently on island, meeting with key stakeholders as the submission deadline of November 2019 draws near. Consultant team member Lisa Perch says the project's success depends on the co-dependence of its 6 pillars, including policies, data, women movement, and prevention. She highlighted the objectives of the project.
The focus is on really ensuring that whatever we do over the next 3 years of the program, that we really can start to ensure that women, girls, boys, and men can live lives free of violence. And we say all of those because we also recognize that often and sometimes perpetrators are themselves former victims of violence. And that the violence that we're talking about and trying to tackle, some of the reasons for its persistence is that it's intergenerational. It has gone on for 3 or 4 generations, and it's a hard cycle to break. We also recognize that it is important to look at what are the drivers and the root causes of that. And so one of the key elements of Spotlight will be looking at tackling some of those fundamental issues. And we also want to look at how we really can engage and we can really tackle this in a life cycle approach.
Social Development Minister Honorable Delma Thomas is optimistic that the Spotlight Initiative will unlock Grenada's potential to create a safe society for all. She said the next step of strengthening various entities to provide the necessary services to the vulnerable is very critical.
Another critical need is the establishment of a system that can coordinate and monitor the different agencies to help them work better together to provide seamless services to victims and their families. Therefore, a critical next step will be strengthening of entities to provide direct services to victims and creating a coordinating mechanism to facilitate the effort.
Grenada is currently the only country in the Eastern Caribbean to receive direct contribution at the country program level. The project will be funded to the tune of €2 million. Finally, the Ministry of Agriculture is strengthening its approach towards maintaining the high economic value of the soursop industry. Soursop has been referred to as Grenada's green gold, as it has been one of the most yielding export crops in the country. Mina Booker tells us about the ministry's efforts to boost the value chain of the fruit.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands is currently working on a governance structure for soursop with help coming from the Food and Agriculture Organization, or FAO. Under the FAO-supported project, the ministry held a Soursop Value Chain Committee workshop at the National Stadium on July 3rd. The workshop saw the coming together of a Value Chain Coordinating Committee, VCCC, with the aim of putting together a working group consisting of sector stakeholders to be the governing body of Grenada's Soursop sector. The VCCC consists of Soursop farmers, exporters, agro-processors, policymakers and representatives from agri-trade support services. Grenada's soursop industry has the advantage of being the only country that can export its fresh produce to the United States. Value chain specialist with the FAO's regional office, Brie Romald, explained the significance of the value chain for the soursop industry.
This project, this effort today is really about bringing people together to start the dialogue, because we have a lot of expertise and knowledge in the country, but it's about starting a more coordinated effort to promote and develop the industry to kind of reach the potential that it does have. The workshop today is really to cement or start up a committee, basically, to get people interested, committed, and some momentum behind a strategic action plan that's already been developed under the project but now needs to take flight, basically. And that is really about getting the stakeholders in the industry, farmers, exporters, ministry staff, Ministry of Trade, committed to the plan and working towards implementing some activities that are really going to change the sector.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Elvis Moraine, stressed the importance of ownership in keeping Grenada's soursop industry top of mind.
And we are grateful that FAO has basically held our hands up to this point to get us to look at enhancing the soursop value chain. It is for us now to do our part, and therefore I challenge what I call the food soldiers in the industry to take this industry serious. We cannot continue to find comfort in the fact that, oh, well, Grenada is the only country that can export the fresh soursop fruit to the US. That is not enough for us to boast or to feel comfortable about. There are many things we need to do to continue to remain relevant in this trade. And that is why it is critical that the ownership, because we need to protect this industry.
Elvis Young, acting CEO of the Marketing and National Importing Board, affirms that his organization is one that is positioned to benefit from the initiative.
I think this is the beginning of the whole objective to set up that governance structure. It is the first meeting. What we're trying to do now is to lay out the framework, get feedback from all the stakeholders, and from that we would start to craft how that structure takes shape. Well, the idea is not necessarily to benefit MNIB. It's a lot of work for MNIB, right? That's what would come with it. The whole idea is some organization need to take control. Given the position of MNIB, the current support that MNIB provide for the industry, the relationship between MNIB and the Ministry of Agriculture, government as a whole, marketing board being a statutory body, our involvement with the providers of grants and other support for agriculture and other industry, we have a direct relationship with those institutions. As a result of that places us in the ideal position to be at the helm of that governance structure.
One of the key stakeholders in this is the Grenada Cooperative Nutmeg Association, or GCNA, whose general manager is Roderick St. Clair.
This session here today is discussing the opportunity for formation of a value chain committee for basically the actors of the source of value chain in Grenada to come together and look towards developing the industry. From where I sit, I was asked, based on my knowledge on the subject, as well as the knowledge of the other boards like the cocoa, nutmeg, and the ordinances, so as to give a perspective on the sort of structure that this committee could take so as to develop it for the actors, but also to look at it in the context of enforceable. So what sort of legislation may be possible so as to make it legal and add a more reliable market opportunity for our farmers, for the exporters, and all the other persons involved, service providers within the soursop industry in Grenada. As you know, soursop, as was showed there, is like the number 3 export crop in Grenada. It's very important and it's growing rapidly. Some of our same cocoa and nutmeg farmers are part of this same initiative, so that the whole income can be increased if you have a better industry.
Soursop farmer Carl Duncan, who operates a farm in the Blando, St. Andrew, said such an initiative is beneficial to every soursop farmer.
Well, as a farmer, it's important that we organize, because if we are going to accrue the benefits of the industry, we must have knowledge, we must understand what affects all the parties in the chain, and we must let them know how their actions benefit us or affect us. And it's about information, getting that data and cooperating to benefit the entire industry.
The overall aim of the Soursop Value Chain Committee is to establish a working group that consists of sector stakeholders and technical secretariat for the national soursop sector in order to provide guidance, inputs, and advice on the soursop sector. It would also monitor progress of the strategic work plan of activities to support development of the sector. For the Ministry of Agriculture's Public Relations Unit, I am Mina Booker.
Thank you, Mina. That story just ended the national report for today, Thursday, July 4th. Let's recap the top story. CARICOM's Climate Recovery Resilient Facility received the endorsement of UN Secretary General. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
All right. Thank you very much, Rakisha, and everyone else who were part of the national report. All right. So, we're getting ready to see what the weather is like. Let's see what the weather is like. 28 degrees Celsius right now. That's just what it is on the generic weather. We see that there's an expectation of a low of just about 26 degrees Celsius. Winds 26 kilometers per hour, humidity 88%, and the precipitation 37%. All right, that's not too bad, you know. Yep, that's not too bad. So we gotta say big up to all the people who are on the program. All right. Yes, Nikki, I see you. I see you paying attention. All right, I see you paying attention. So big up yourself. All right. I see that we have Hazel. Hazel, big up yourself. Right. I know that you're always on the program. I'm looking for something in particular. Right. Yeah, boy. Before we go tonight. Traveling Harry, you have just won yourself a free ticket to go to the IMAS concert. All right, so big up yourself. If you're away and you can't make it, that's fine. Then you can just choose anybody you wish, and they can go to the show. All right, just like that. So congratulations, and Clissilda Stanislaus, you two have won yourself a free ticket for the IMAS concert. All right, so I did say I was going to give away two tickets. Two tickets, here you are. Got one each. All right, and I hope that you enjoy the concert, folks. That's as far as we can go for you. We have a lot of things to happen on the weekend, a lot of lives and all these things to go on. So folks, you know, this is Live Central. This is Carnival Central right here, Mikey Live. The folks who are tuned in right now on WPG 10, hey, blessings to you guys. All right, and we appreciate you being here with us all the time. Everyone else on the program, thank you very much, and God bless you and your family. Big up to everybody on the program, boy. All the names, too many to mention. Good night to you. We want to say thank you and God bless you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No. Good night, everyone. Goodbye.